I think it's pretty safe to say that throughout all of 2023, Disney has had the worst year, if not ever in history, based on their box office failures, such as Indiana Jones 5, The Dial of Destiny, their stocks hitting a very big low, and let's not forget about the attendees being far lower than normal at many of their Disney World locations throughout the globe. This is Mike Zero. Subscribe if you're new, and like this video to see future updates. I'm also on Twitter at Mike01. I thank you all so very much for the great and kind support. And let's get right into what's going on with actress Brie Larson. Now, we know that The Marvels is just ahead of us. It's still slated for that November 10th release date, regardless of conversations that the Disney higher-ups have been having on delaying the movie until 2024 during Q1 of that year, which, by the way, if they did that, it would create a very big ripple effect against other Disney releases, so they're trying not to do that, but so far, we are still getting The Marvels on November 10th. Now, about Brie Larson, there's a lot of drama happening behind the scenes between herself and the Disney higher-ups, and a lot of it has to do with the firing and removal of her from multiple Marvel-oriented projects, either in the form of TV or in the form of film. And this is something that has been going on because we know that as of right now, the only two projects that she is connected to when it comes to Marvel are Secret Wars and the Kang Dynasty. But let's discuss about what's going on with Brie Larson specifically and how she's acting against Disney. Now, specifically, of course, given that Brie Larson is getting ready to debut in the Marvels, one major development has to do with the ongoing drama between herself and the Disney higher-ups. One important update about that has much to do with how Brie has been very angry with the higher-ups, as Disney, of course, is canceling out many of her planned cameos for multiple Marvel TV shows, as well as the cancellation of the Captain Marvel direct sequel that was going to strictly focus on her character. As of now, Brie is reportedly giving Disney an ultimatum that she wants nothing to do with both Avengers Secret Wars and the Kang Dynasty. Two of her, of course, reported last Marvel movies that she was set to star in as a side character in the films that would deal with the multiverse in different areas. It's Brie now giving Disney the ultimatum to walk away from said projects and how it would create a domino effect, negatively speaking, on the planned stories, since Captain Marvel was going to be a centerpiece of both films, to interact with multiple characters from different universes at times. Now guys, let me just stop here for a sec. Now, this, I feel, is a very petty thing that Brie Larson is doing. So basically, Disney felt that it was in their right mind to exclude her from multiple TV show cameos. And we're talking about cameos, by the way, guys, not major, roles or anything like that. She really got out of control based on Disney removing her cameos in other upcoming live-action, MCU shows. That's what led to this whole drama happening between herself, and that's what caused her to make these ultimatums against Disney. So now she wants to walk away from the Kang Dynasty and the Secret Wars film, both of which are going to have elements of the multiverse embedded in those stories. And this is where Brie, as an actress, begins to fall short, where she doesn't even know what she's doing. Does that not sound like something that would be counterproductive, guys? I mean, you would think that if Marvel is the backbone of your career right now, given that Nissan is slowly phasing her out of her commercials and how other studios want nothing to do with her as well anymore, this is her career. The MCU is. You would think that you would, alright, say, let's keep myself in the Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars, let's not give them an ultimatum, let's take the L, let's take the loss there on the cameos lost and move on. Maybe those movies in the future will open a gateway to other roles. She's got to be more positive, and it just seems like that she takes things way too negatively too fast. That's the problem with a lot of these actresses like Rachel Zegler, Brie Larson, Phoebe Waller-Bridge, Amber Heard, and we know, by the way, that Heard is not taking it too well with the Aquaman sequel, The Lost Kingdom. It's not looking good at all. However, alright, we know that Secret Wars is still a long ways off. It's not coming out until 2027. I believe the Kang Dynasty is 2026. And with the strikes being very much, active, and may very well be active until the beginning of 2024, it is extremely likely that we're going to get more delays for these movies. There's no doubt about that. It's very likely that that could happen, where it gets delayed till 2027 and 2028 for both films. You know, we all know that the strikes are not helping with their slates and release dates. But let's get on to the overall new situation arising out of this further. So, additionally, what really set Brie Larson off was when she was fired from appearing in Deadpool 3 as a major cameo as well to interact with Ryan Reynolds as Wade. This cameo was completely removed as soon as possible after they stopped production, essentially. Now, this excluding, moment, the fact that Disney excluded her from Deadpool 3 as a cameo, I think was a good move, to be honest. I mean, that's probably the best thing that Disney did in years. I'm not defending Disney, I'm just saying that's a good move on their part. I'll give them a little bit of credit there. But Brie reportedly is trying to actually fight and change Disney's mind for her Captain Marvel cameos, since Marvel is the backbone of her career right now. And her ultimatum to Disney is rather, like I said before, counterproductive from what it seems. Brie is also reportedly angry over Disney and director Nia DaCosta over the Marvels, drastically reducing her screen time in that film in the final cut ahead of its release date on November 10th. Now, by the way, they did reduce a lot of scenes from the Marvels because they wanted to shorten the running time. Very similar to what they have been doing with the Snow White 24 film. We talked about how that was going to be nearly 3 whole hours long, and the only thing I can say about that is who in the world would bring, their kids to see a movie that would be nearly 3 hours long? Does Disney really expect them to sit through it that long? I don't think so. So, I don't know what they were thinking. It seems like that they were trying to cram in so much material into Snow White, and we have more on that, by the way, a little bit later, so stay tuned. But what's interesting about this is the fact that Brie is so naive to the point where she thinks that these ultimatums are gonna change Disney's minds. I don't think she understands or is grasping the situation right now, but Bob Iger's cost containment plan is the direct main reason why there's so many changes happening over at Marvel and Star Wars and just Disney in general. We know that they're trying to focus on less and to focus more on quality and trying to make more hits than losses. That's what they really want to do, and I don't really even know if they're going to be able to succeed that way. We'll have to wait and see. But 2024, I would say like the second half of that year, you're going to see the film industry like a barren wasteland. There's not going to be a lot of new stuff coming out. There's not going to be a lot of TV shows coming out. You're going to have a little bit of a delay, most certainly, unless they expedite the production of these shows and movies, which would also not be too good, because then you're kind of rushing through things and everything is not as fluent, and you don't have that great mindset as a creator when you're rushed. But anyway, guys, drop a comment below, fill me in below in the comments what you all have to say about this, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel, and I will catch you guys next time.
From night to moon.